Hi, I'm Richard Randall, and welcome to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the owner broker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and the host of the program. This is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Colorado's Real Estate Authority, Barb Schlinker. Barb Schlinker is a retired Navy veteran. Barb is an author. Barb Schlinker, also a pilot. And Barb and her team enjoy all that Colorado and the Front Range have got to offer. Barb, always great to be talking with you. Now, we air Your Real Estate Voice every Saturday. If you can't listen to the entire show, it is always available on Barb's site, barbhasthebuyers.com, or just search the popular podcast platforms like iHeartRadio. You'll find Barb there. So, Barb, what's in store for today's show?
Well, Richard, today's got a really exciting show. We've got a couple of new programs that we're going to talk about. I love talking about home inspections because that's the source of a lot of frustration as we go through these real estate transactions. And the first topic, though, is going to be about what is the government doing about housing affordability? They're trying to do some things without being too influential on the market, which sound kind of interesting. One of them is offering an alternative credit scoring platform that will allow people that don't have credit to get rescored. And the reason for that is, I don't know if people know that, but if you don't have debt, your credit score could go down to zero because the score grades how you handle debt. It's and nothing else. So a lot of people pride themselves on their high credit score, but that's just a score on how they're handling debt and how they're paying it off on a regular basis. The second topic is a new program we're very excited about, and it's how to buy your dream home without selling your home first, even in today's competitive market. That one's so exciting because that's probably the biggest dilemma for about 80% of buyers out there. Most people have a house to sell, and most agents and most brokerages don't have a solution for that problem. So they tell them, oh, put the house on the market, wait for the 120 or 180 days to get a contract, then you make an offer. The problem is those people miss out on their dream home. So we found a solution around it, which is really exciting. And then the third topic is how to avoid contract failures on your home inspection. So I know I've talked about this before, but it saddens me that in the state of Colorado, there is no license to be an inspector. I could be an inspector, and I don't know my way around any kind of tool. So it would be scary if I went and inspected the house. Even though I've been on thousands of them, it doesn't matter. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't look at electrical box and tell you what's going on here, but the state does not regulate that trade. So you never know what's going to happen. And we're going to talk about some of my stories about home inspections, as well as a solution on how you can avoid those kind of problems. And then the last topic really is about how to get your home sold fast. Most people tell me they want the most money, but the question is, are they willing to wait and wait and wait and wait to get their price and maybe not get their price? You wouldn't believe how many home sellers have told me, darn, I should have taken that first offer I got because it was a better offer than what happened down the road. So it's always good to be priced what I call realistically versus optimistically. And we're going to cover a strategy for that, as well as always, I love covering my hot new listings. Richard?
This market, the interest rates are staying the same. And even though it's prime real estate selling season, not all homes are selling. Do you think that the housing prices are going to drop in 2026?
Well, I'm not seeing it. Actually, the first couple of months of the year so far, we've seen prices head up pretty much all across the Front Range. And we're seeing more homes go under contract than we've seen in a long time. So I'm pretty optimistic about what's going on in the market. There's definitely a lot of factors involved with that. Interest rates went up back in middle 2022 that made homes unaffordable for a very large segment of the buyer population, especially first-time home buyer. The first-time home buyer age went from in the 20s to in the 40s, just because it was too expensive. The payments became too expensive, and the prices zoomed up in the last boom. Prices have not really corrected a whole lot, maybe just a little bit. But the rates have come down, and every month we are seeing them drop more and more. So affordability has been a problem that's really affected our market now for a while, and the prices are just not going down. So one of the options that the government is working on and trying to get more approval for mortgages, rather than relying on the FICO score, which is, it's basically an acronym for a company that consolidates 3 different credit reporting companies. They pick the middle score and that's it. But for a lot of the younger people that don't have debt, they don't have a score. They score 0, which doesn't help them. So this program allows those buyers to fold in things like utility payments, rent payments, cell phone payments as part of their credit scoring package. And that helps them to be able to have a stronger credit score and be able to buy homes. And it will especially help people in the lower income category. So I'm pretty excited about that. The rates have been slowly coming down. As of yesterday morning, the 30-year fixed conventional was at 6.04. So we're almost getting with a 5 in front of it. The government rates are in the mid 5s. FHA is 5.62. VA is 5.64. So that's really good. And the prices are trending up. If you look at El Paso County, we're seeing the prices go up just in the past few weeks. In fact, all of these different counties, Douglas County, El Paso County, Teller County, the prices are heading up. Pueblo's been a little bit flat, but some of the leading indicators about Pueblo indicate that the number of available homes is starting to drop and the days on market are starting to drop, which is an indication that prices could be heading up this year. And if you look at how many home sellers have actually lowered their price as compared to where we were back in December, it's a big shift. Right now, we're showing about 1/3 of the home sellers are dropping their price, but 2 months ago in December, more than half. That's another leading indicator that tells me that the market is improving. So if you're a buyer, I would not wait around. Don't wait for the prices to drop. I don't see it happening. I don't pay a lot of attention to the ones that go out there and say the sky is falling. The stats are the stats. Pending sales are rising, interest rates are dropping, and the buyers are finding a way to get in the game and buy a home. So as we go into the spring, generally just seasonally, we will see the home sellers get the most amount of money in the springtime going into the summer as compared to later in the year. So it's a great time to sell. It's also a good time to buy right now as well. But the key is to get it sold is to price the home what I call realistically. In other words, don't build in negotiating room in your price. It won't work. The buyers know the market for what they're looking for in every price range. And if it's out of their budget, they won't even come and see it. So I don't recommend, padding that number because it's a way to repel buyers before they even come and see the house. And so if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call at 719-301-3900. One of the biggest dilemmas for most home buyers right now is if they have a home to sell. But stay tuned for the second segment. I'm really excited about this program. It's called Buy Before You Sell program that basically allows you to avoid missing out on your dream home, make a really good offer, and then put your home on the market. Most people don't have this program, and it really positions you as the best buyer against the competition. My name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice. And we're talking about how some government programs can actually help housing affordability. And when we come back, we're going to touch on some other legislation that was just passed. It's going to improve the housing market. Richard?
We're here talking with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. You can reach Barb at 719-301-3900. Now, Barb, we're talking about what are some government initiatives that can help this housing affordability and what are some things that can help increase home ownership.
Well, I did do some research on this new bill that just overwhelmingly passed in the House. I'm not sure if it's gone to the Senate yet. It's called Housing for the 21st Century Act. Overall, reading it is really boring. However, there's some key things that might help people out there. So basically, the federal government is trying to encourage the local governments to be less restrictive on zoning, add more multifamilies like duplexes and townhomes, and allow auxiliary dwelling unit. What that acronym means basically is if you have enough land to put a second house on the property or even a second living space on the property, try not to restrict that because it has become very expensive for housing, especially for the younger generation. And this provides an opportunity for them to even buy a property that may have a second living space, be able to rent that out and get credit for that income. And that makes homes more affordable to them. And on the mortgage front, they're definitely going to be expanding stuff for multifamily housing, making the FHA loan limits higher because the prices have gone up higher, and removing barriers to new construction. So those are all good things. I don't know how it's going to affect the buyers at the end of the day. For buyers, it's all about, can I afford that payment? How much is the down payment? What is the credit score I need to buy? And how do they qualify for housing? We can help with all of that. We have connections with some fabulous mortgage companies that can help you. So give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
You're listening to Barb Schlinker on Your Real Estate Voice. That's the name of the program. Barb is with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the owner, proprietor, and you can always reach Barb at 719-301-3900. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing how to buy your dream home without selling first, even in today's competitive market. Stay tuned for that.